Michigan bounces back from their Wake Forest loss with a win over TCU 76-64. Nimari Burnett was the leading scorer for Michigan in this one with 16 points. Danny Wolf added a double-double and had 14 points himself, 14 rebounds, and Trey Donaldson again, very solid, 14 points in this game. Michigan did a very good job throughout the game, but they did struggle a little bit in the first half, primarily with the turnovers. The turnovers were an issue for them. They had 21 total in this one. Your turnover leaders in the game were Danny Wolf with 4, Roddy Gale with 4, and then you also had LJ Kaysen with 4 as well. So this is a game where one bench player had 4. He only had 5 minutes of gameplay, so really was not great for him when he got out there. And then you had Roddy Gale 27 minutes, Danny Wolf 27 minutes as well. The turnover percentage in this game very high at 30%. Michigan has been ranging around 21% on the season. However, a good thing to look at in this instance is that Michigan really turned it up on defense. Every time there was a turnover, they really made it difficult for TCU, and TCU just wasn't able to capitalize. Now, some of that is on TCU. They had a few 3-on-1, 2-on-1 breaks, and they just never passed the ball. I don't really know what they were thinking there, but they did try to go out the rim, and Michigan played solid defense. And in other instances, they were able to hold the fast break, get the other team in their set, and TCU all night long was just having a terrible time trying to get good shots. Not a whole lot of offensive rhythm for this TCU team, and any offensive rhythm they did have was inhibited by strong defense from the Wolverines. Definitely something to look upon there. That was good, and despite the lack of offensive rhythm that Michigan had in the first half, they still had some players doing what players do, right? When you don't have rhythm, you need players who are players to make good plays. Nimari Burnett was one of those guys, just very good cutter, did a great job of getting open when his man's back was turned. He was able to get to the basket, get himself open. It was good to see. Nimari Burnett finished with 16 points, like I said, shooting 6 for 7, and was effective in keeping Michigan's lead. Danny Wolf, while he was quiet early, he did have most of those turnovers in the first half. His first half, he did have 2 turnovers. I shouldn't say most. He did have both. He did have 2 turnovers in the first half, 2 turnovers in the second half, but both of those turnovers came at inopportune times as it gave TCU the ability to come back in the game. Like I said, though, in the second half, they began to pull away much more as they turned around with the ball control. After halftime, Michigan improved ball security, reducing their turnovers to just 5 overall in the second half. It was much, much better for them. Michigan stretched their lead with a big run that put it 53-43 in this game with 12 minutes left, led by Danny Wolf and Trey Donaldson primarily. And TCU, they cut the lead to 63-60 with about 6 minutes left in the game, but Michigan responded with crucial baskets, including Vlad Golden with a layup and strong offensive rebounding in this one. Vlad Golden, overall, he had, 3 offensive rebounds, only 5 total defensive rebounds in the game, so 8 total rebounds overall, but those offensive rebounds in the second half were clutch to help Michigan get where they wanted to go. Trey Donaldson scored all 14 of his points in the second half, making key baskets down the stretch. Danny Wolf came up big in the final 10 minutes, finishing with a double-double, and was crucial in closing out the game. And like I said, Vlad Golden rebounding, a late game layup to really push it and help them in this one. It was crucial for Michigan to get ahead and then eventually just kind of coast and keep going against TCU. We're not going to act like this TCU team is one of the best teams in the nation. They're not. They're not a great team. They are a Big 12 team, so we'll see how they do in conference, but they did have a few familiar faces, the most familiar face being Frankie Collins, the former Michigan guard who went there, and he had a pretty good day. Had a big dunk on Vlad Golden that was very encouraging for him. But overall, this TCU offense just really was never able to get into a consistent rhythm. There were times when they got on runs, there were times when they came back, but they never took the lead from Michigan and were able to, pounce on them and really come back and do something to make this game super, super terrifying for them. The main things that I would point out that was good for Michigan in this one, the resilience. Despite the turnovers, they played good defense. You have to always credit a team when they do something wrong. They're able to respond with something correct. They had strong rebounding in this one, and they had efficient scoring as well. Good shot taking, good cuts. They made plays, and they were there for one another, making plays, helping each other, getting assists, making the open pass, and calling for the ball, all those kind of things that you like to see. Like I said, Nimari Burnett was huge in a lot of his cutting and what he was able to do, and he had a three-pointer when Michigan's lead was trimmed to just 2, in a pivotal moment that helped shift momentum back in Michigan's favor. It's really an improving sign for this Michigan team that they have so many different playmakers on this team that can hit a key basket, a key layup, a key pass, whatever it is, they can do something to get this team back on track, even if another team is close and trying to take the lead from Michigan. Some cons of this one. Turnovers, obviously, 21 turnovers. Like I said, 30% of the time they were turning the ball over. Vlad Golden, he still struggles finishing at the basket in the paint. That is still an area that he needs to improve in. I don't know how that's going to go when he gets to Big Ten play. Obviously, he's a little bit used to the FAU opponents and stuff, but he wasn't bad at it in the NCAA tournament. So we'll see where it goes. This could be a situation where he just kind of needs to keep playing and get used to it. I tend to believe that's what it is, but they'll eventually get there. But he, like I said, solid rebounding in this one. So it's not like he's not doing anything down there in the paint. And then inconsistent play from the bench was another one piece of this that you want to see definitely be improved. You didn't see any scoring from Justin Pippen, Fat Brooks, LJ Kaysen, and those were the ones. Will Cheddar had 4, Reuben Jones had 2, and Sam Walters, the leading scorer off the bench, with 10. Sam Walters is huge. I really like his game. I really like what he's able to do on the offensive end. His length, his size really brings a lot to this team. I think that he's going to be a key piece for this Michigan team coming off the bench if they are going to be able to get some good contributions to help them win games. If you're looking at some of the star players of this game, I'd say the star players are Nimari Burnett, just his shooting, like I said, 16 points. Danny Wolf, the double-double. It was really good to see. Trey Donaldson, 14 points. He just seems to be consistent going out there. First half was kind of an anomaly, but when he came out in the second half and scored all 14 points there, it was good for the Wolverines to see that. And then Ronnie Gale Jr., he struggled with turnovers and suffered an ankle injury, but contributed with 8 points. We'll see what that looks like going forward. But the conclusion of all of this, Michigan's key takeaway from the win, resilience, defensive rebounding, but also the need to clean up those turnovers. Michigan's next game is against Miami of Ohio, and they will try to improve on all of these things, but let's be honest, this is a team that should outplay Miami, Ohio, and get the win relatively easily. We'll see if they can make that happen, as they should. There's a lot of talent on this Michigan team, and right now it is just Dusty May trying to get these guys confident, working together, and making things happen. Thanks for watching. We do appreciate it. If you would please do so, please like and subscribe to this channel. We go live every Thursday, me and at least one other guest, and we talk through all of the Big Ten, everything that's going on. These videos really just focus on one team, one game, one recap, one preview, stuff like that. But if you are able to catch us for a live show on Thursday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern time, we would love to see you there. Come in, comment, let us know what your favorite team is, and we'd love to connect with you. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.